This is the Red Elvis Show with me, Josh Averton, Jane, Al, and Craig. We are here to react to Barnsley's impressive 1-0 win last night in the Carabao second round against Sheffield United. More Sheffield United fans there than our fans, but they went home unhappy, whereas we didn't, which was very nice. We're going to speak about the rumour of Victor Edvardsson as well, who is rumoured to have had his medical today. Swedish striker coming in on loan potentially, and then we're going to preview Crawley. So let's get stuck into it. So, Jane, last night, it was one of them games where if we'd have lost, we wouldn't have been bothered. We were all about concentrating on the league. But because we've won, that's it. Wembley way. We'll be down at Wembley for the Carabao final in February then.
I donned the Barnsley shirt at Meadowhall today, obviously. There were a fair few Sheffield United fans walking around giving me daggers, but I didn't care. I think, had it been any other team, I get you wouldn't have been bothered, but it's always better when it's a derby, isn't it? It's always better. I mean, they only came to see the Barnsley, didn't they? It's the only reason they were even there. We let them know. But we really, I was impressed yesterday. I've got to give Watters or Watters, whichever way he swayed in Barnsley. I've got to give him his due. He's put up with some stick as that lad, but yeah, impressed me yesterday. Good to see Aidan get a start. I was a bit nervous for him. They all did so good yesterday. They all, man for man played. It was a bit shaky to start with. It seemed like an attack-defence type of... They were attack, we were defence for first 10, 15 minutes. But then we seemed to get comfortable. Their shots were shocking. Some of their shots. They didn't impress me, Sheffield United, as much as I expected. And whether they didn't impress me or we upped our game. But they weren't the team that I expected, if I'm honest. Much to my delight. And much to my spending a good 60 minutes giving him a good ribbon, as you would expect me to, as a Barnsley fan. It's only right.
Mm-hmm. Especially going around Meadowhall as well in your Barnsley shirt today. Big fan of that.
That's me, innit? That's just that's me. That's what I do.
Yeah. Al, as James mentioned there, a good performance against a fairly strong Sheffield United side as well. We saw Brewster starting, brought on Gustavo Hamer. I know Doug, when he was tweeting, was sort of mentioned the values of players that are coming on. Hamer signed for Sheffield United for 15 million. I think Brewster was 30 million a few seasons ago when they signed him. So you look at sort of the level and quality which they're bringing on to match it with to be fair, because it was our more or less starting 11 from this season minus a couple of changes. We've done really well, and especially Vermael as well, come to step in to play against that quality and not look out of place at all.
He did. Vermael had a good game for just over an hour and very impressed. I mean, Chris Wilder, I think he'd got some youngsters and he changed it and mixed it, didn't he? Sheffield United fans, what I've read on social media, they weren't happy that, he played so many youngsters against ourselves. Only made the two changes from Saturday, which Marshy come up front and Vermael came in. So it wasn't what I expected. I thought there'd be more changes, especially as we're going to Crawley on Saturday. But I think that was the first time I saw last evening an all-round team performance. Every man played well last night. Mm-hmm. And what can you say about Barry Cotter? Barry Cotter, 2 games on the trot, flying down that right-hand side and getting ball to Phillips and Phillips for Max Watters. And as Barnsley FC stats has said, Max Watters is the only player who has scored the winners by the Reds against both Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. And what can you say about Max? He's working his socks off. He really is. And hopefully it's the catalyst now that we see more of Max Watters and putting more goals in the league for us. But another thing as well, what Captain Connell, he set back deeper. And that made a difference as well. So all in all, it's a result which I never expected. I think I said on prediction show 4-1 to Sheffield United on his live post-match reaction on Saturday.
Nice and positive.
What do I know? I know nothing.
Nice and positive. Greg, honorary West Ham member as well yesterday. Sat in the West Stand,
No way.
which you love to see. You love to see. As Al's mentioned there, a couple of good performances. Barry Cotter again, as Al mentioned, two man of the match performance in the last two. Seems like he's thriving under Darryl Clark, and again, Waters there to apply the finishing touch. It seems, fingers crossed, now he's got that first goal. Hopefully the floodgates have opened for him.
Yeah, Barry Cotter is somebody that I've got mixed feelings about. But he was absolutely fantastic yesterday. I couldn't think of anything he did bad. He was playing two separate positions as well, depending on whether we had the ball or didn't. If we had the ball, he played as a central midfielder in part of a diamond, and as soon as they got the ball, he dropped to right wing back and covered their wing back. So it was a complete performance from near enough every single player last night, and it was really nice to see. We predominantly played with four at back till Sheffield had the ball, and then we went to a five at the back. I thought the two centre backs were outstanding. De Givine were playing really well at right back, and like I said, Max Waters scoring the goal as well. It's something we've been waiting to see from him from a while. I think I've always said the endeavour's been there, the want to do well. I think has always been there, but sometimes he just seems to either think too much or have too much time. So yeah, I think it was a great move by Barry Cotter down the right hand side, he squared it across the keeper's 6 yard box, and you didn't have much time to think, did he? So he just swung his leg at it and he went in. So. More of that, Max. More of that.
What about that though? Max Watters down by corner stand when he headed it to keep ball in play. That were amazing.
Yeah.
That was just immense.
Yeah, he dolphin dived into grass trying to keep it in. But that's it. I've never said he's not had the desire. It's always been there. He's always worked hard. And yeah, West Stand, me and my daughter, she wants us now to change the season tickets and get in the West Stand. So I've been so bit of a dilemma, but we've got an holiday to get out of the way first anyway. But we'll see about that when we get back. But yeah, it was fantastic to see. It was nice to see Darryl Clark having some positive to say after a game as well, because even though we won in the past, he's not had the best things to say about his performance. But I thought it was pretty good. People will nitpick and say, "Oh, last 20 minutes you were defending," but come on, this is a team that's comprised of players that have been bought for 30 million that were last year played in Premier League. We're only a League One side. It's only a little team like Barnsley, you know what I mean? So if you have to come out with excuses like that, then hey, it's not for everybody beating them Sheffield lot, is it?
No.
I think their manager's not going to enjoy coming to Oakwell much anyway, because he come with Middlesbrough and all and lost. So Mr. Wilder's it's not happy hunting up here at Oakwell for him, I'm afraid.
I've had plenty of messages from Sheffield United fans congratulating us anyway.
Yeah, so, I have saying we deserved it, better team.
I like their midfielder, that Peck. I thought he was really good. Bruce, I didn't reckon anything to. I thought he was rubbish all game. Other than that, I thought their players kept arguing with each other, especially that Koulibaly.
Yeah.
He was arguing with absolutely everybody. I'd want him staying out at Team Me.
I mean, what about their lad who tried to get a penalty?
I saw that. Yeah.
But we rode us luck, didn't we? They upright twice. So we had a bit of luck last night.
And I thought Slanina played well as well. He had a couple of good saves in there. Especially when Hamer come on. Hamer come on and just game changer instantly. He sped up their play so fast. I mean, his feet wouldn't touch. And if he couldn't put a pass in, he was shooting from like 30, 40 yards. And he was getting on target as well. He's some player, that guy.
And can somebody tell me where this 8 minutes extra time came from?
I don't know.
Amateur lost me. I'm still like.
Well, me and me were arguing about it because I said that there should be 4 minutes. She said there should be 6, and she kept saying, "Oh yeah," but everybody kept going. Now we had injuries, and we had physios on a couple of times.
Subs, didn't there? I know we had, but both sides did some subs, but it wasn't 8 minutes. It wasn't. No way.
I told her if there'd have been us that were losing, right, it'd have been 2.
I know I'm a woman, I'm saying it won't take minutes. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference between your 8 minutes and my 8 minutes, but that wasn't 8 minutes.
It don't make any difference now. Don't make any difference. 8 minutes.
To be honest, there could have been 80 minutes.
We're in the bag, number 3 tonight. That's it.
Yeah.
The bag.
Yeah.
True, we are. I'm glad you mentioned Selena there, Craig, because there was one save in particular, I think from a free kick, that someone moved. I really liked his almost lack of commitment of not diving forward and waiting for the ball actually to come in. I think we parried it around the corner. But I thought it was a really intelligent goalkeeping of waiting sort of as long as he could and staying as big as he could to make it difficult for everybody. And parried one around the corner, which I like that experienced head, on his young shoulders. Good to see. But as you said,
what made it even more positive was he did a mistake in the last game as well,
Mm.
which could have shook his confidence, could have made him, and it didn't. He's gone, right, mistake, next game.
Yeah.
Clean slate, let's go again. And that's what I like to see. At the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes, but it's how you respond that matters. And I thought he responded brilliantly.
What I liked about last night as well, Barry Cotter, when he had that chance, when he dinked his shoulder, come inside, and then he shot, and he got deflected. Davis went one way, and ball was going the other way, and we in Pontian thought it were in. It just went past top right hand, didn't it? But I can't believe what a different player he is from last season.
Just seems to suit this system and this style with Darryl Clark, because you get to see getting best out of him. And I don't know, but that kind of goal is exactly the kind of goal I expect Barry Cotter to score. There's no other way. Unless it's from 35 yards off in top corner. That's the only way I could see him scoring.
He had one in first half, which went way.
Yeah, how we're going to mention that one? Did he do a free kick as well? I think.
I'd love to see it. Right, so moving on to potential transfer rumours then. So Victor Edvardsen is I'm fairly confident after Al's lied to you all. In fact, I'm going to address this, Al, that you've lied to us all about the last few weeks about striker signing. You said open day, don't worry, you'll meet a new player, new striker coming in. That didn't happen, which I did say it wouldn't happen. And now this one looks a little bit firmer because there's been a couple of pictures of him actually doing his medical at the club. So Victor Edvardsen is in Barnsley and doing a medical with us. So it's all but announced. One cap for Sweden, Jane. 28-year-old, got a decentish record.
Yeah.
It seems like a good option that we could have swapping sort of between him and Cosgrove potentially.
Yeah. The fact that he's 28 is good. We have got such a young squad that maybe a little bit more. 28 seems like a kid, but a little more mature.
I'm glad you said that because I'm 27, so you just made me feel so much younger than Jane.
Yeah, well, I'm 45, mate. So, you know what I mean? I feel really old. So
I'm only 21.
It's all right.
I'm only 21 in my head.
Aye, all right, Al. So I'm actually quite glad we've signed somebody a little bit older. It's got some, international cap. That's good. That's good. Clearly got a bit more experience. I just think, regardless of position or wherever he can play, the fact that we've signed somebody that bit more mature, that bit more experience is what we need, because we, like I said, squad's young, and they'll make just your mistakes that you do make as you're learning, that you need somebody to learn from. This is why I'm going to be signed all around. We got Roberts back, so hopefully it's a good building block for the rest of them.
Certainly, I think it's definitely a good way to go down. Al, again, a little bit of a different seems like a different kind of player from what we've got already. More likely to be like Cosgrove than potentially Waters are playing on the shoulder and trying to get him behind.
It is. We've got Tony Boland, our Swedish Red. He's putting our Red all over group. He's a pretty big and strong guy, but scores most of his goals with his feet. He shows emotions on the pitch. He left from a successful period in Degerfors to a big city team, Jurgen, but he never lifted there, whatever that means. Believe he and the manager didn't get along, but saw him in Degerfors a few games and remember me thinking that there's a player there and could be useful signing for us. if he's still on that level, then he's a real good signing for us. And he remembers him scoring a fantastic goal from the middle of the pitch, just like David Beckham did in his day.
Well,
So
thanks,
thanks, Tony, for the update, and fingers crossed it gets announced before the deadline on Friday at 11 o'clock.
I'd like to hope, given it looks like a medical's taking place, that it would be, but we have been known to miss them deadlines.
Yeah, let's
so
let's
not
don't go there.
let's not get too
looking
carried
out
away.
my bedroom window to see if lights are still on. Maybe not.
Craig, I've seen on Twitter today that you were a little bit slightly dissatisfied, given sort of there's a little bit of a chance of it being an unproven unknown. It's not like there's someone like a Joe Taylor, for example, coming from Luton, who we know has been in this league, can contribute to this league sort of immediately, because I have no idea in terms of where the Swedish league stands against the English pyramid. I know he's played in the Europa League, scored in the Europa League. It might be in the Conference League actually that he has done that in. He's got an international cap, so he's one of the better players in Sweden. But again, it's almost one of them hard countries where you don't know where they're going to match up. Similar to when we signed DK, you don't know where the American league sort of stands anymore.
Yeah, I'm a bit underwhelmed, to be quite honest. I'd have expected a more proven name to come through the door, especially if we want promotion, we can't be. I hate unproven players because I just get flashbacks to Ritzmaier, Nas Mulner, and other players we've had from like Norwegian, Dutch, and wherever else teams. And he's done nothing in the past 2 years, really. I mean, is it Go Ahead Eagles now in Netherlands? He's scored 7 goals in near enough 50 games, which is not a great for a striker. The Jurgens before that, he scored 15 goals over 3 seasons there, and we were only good at Degerfors and Karlstad, BK. Before that, we were hitting 15-ish goals per season, which is okay to say you're only playing 30 games. But I want somebody that I can look at and go, that guy is going to be a game changer. That guy is going to be able to push us forward. You look at the Rotherham, you look at any signings, any team in this league, they've all got that player where they go, he changes things.
Yeah.
That guy is proven. We know what we're going to get from him. I don't like this. Oh, well, there's this 6'1" Swedish guy coming in. He's got a nice big tattoo on his neck. But I know another guy with a tattoo on his neck that will come in with everything. And that will Mikhailo Mudryk, and look at him, he's absolutely useless. So I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm all for proving me wrong. Please go and do it. Go and score 20 goals, please. Prove me wrong. But I just I'm past the point now where I'm like, oh, I'm going to get excited over every signing, because I think we've proven that we can get it wrong. We've proven we can get it right. But it's just flipping that coin when we know what we want to get to, and we've got the money to do it. Nobody can tell me we haven't got the money to do it, because the amount of sales we've had in the past few seasons, barring all the free transfers this season, I'm still going back to like some ads on it and stuff like that. We've had the money to get players in, and I just don't think we've done it.
I just on that in terms of money, like I get when people look at it on face value, yes, 10 million quid's come in, but it's not all coming at once.
Yeah, I
like
completely
we didn't
understand
come
that.
in on that, because when you look at the accounts, we've lost money as a club.
I can understand that, but there's no saying that we need to fork up for the 100% of the transfer fee straight up front. We can pay over time too, just like other clubs do.
I get that, but there's just more risk with that. Of if like when a club takes a
But if
gamble on
other
being
clubs are willing
promoted,
to take the risk, then why aren't we?
because
This
of the
is
financial,
this.
because of the
That's it.
financial,
We're
sort of complexity that comes with that. Of like, well, if it doesn't, then what? Like
do
if we banked on going up and getting 8 mil for the promotion, and we went and like overspent by 5 and don't get it, well, then what? You're gonna have to ship everyone off again that you've signed and paid high wages.
I
Like,
want to get
no, I'm not saying do that though. We've said do that. I'm just sick of looking at smaller clubs than us in terms of fan base, in terms of history, in terms of everything, signing quality players, and us just having these stabs in the dark and expecting them to work.
what would be
I
an
understand.
example of a club that's doing that? And that's just a question. Because I won't say Rotherham.
I think
Rotherham's not a great example of that at the minute because they've not got off to a great start.
Well, I think that Exeter, I mean, when they got Stansfield on loan, why couldn't we get a player like that on loan? You know, there's
We did get
Burton have done some
McAtee.
impressive signings. Yeah, but I think we're a championship level club. Why? I don't think we're fighting hard enough to get back there. And we keep hearing from the owners is how can we get people through the door? How can we pack out the stadium? Easy, get back to the flaming championship. People want to watch good football. That's how you do it. You know, and it just seems like we're penny pinching all the time. We've got 5 loan slots we could have at the beginning of the season. Go out and get some players on loan. Every other club's doing the same thing.
But Craig, we're living within his means. There's no point going. I mean, you're wanting better players in. A better player don't make a team.
Bigger clubs will loan players to us for free just for the promise of first team football.
We get that, but also loan market is the one that takes ages for everything to fall out. Like Joe Taylor, for example, I doubt we're the only club saying we want him. There's a queue of teams, but Luton will be waiting to see what their squad looks like to see if they're going to need him for the first half of the season. And then once Luton might be waiting on someone to come in from Prem as a player that they want to then allow Joe Taylor to come out for us and things. It's the problem we've got because I 100% get everyone's frustration of not getting the perfect team ready by start of the season. And it's always one of the things of you're never going to get there because you can always look for areas to improve. But given that we're now in League One, we're even further down the chain of having to wait for all these things to sort of everything to fall out and fall into place. Like the amount of signings that we have to make as a League One side in this period in which we're now in of the 28th. Darryl Clark wants 3 strikers in. He came out and said that they want 3 strikers in. Chance of getting 3 strikers in 3 days is low, but Keeler Davis, that's been a rumour since 1st of July. Yeah, Mo Farl as well with the West Brom deal with Styles, and now Edvardsen. There's potential to bring them 3 in, but them 3 not guaranteed to work out.
There's still free transfers out there though as well. There's still some good free players that are established at this level. You know, and I don't know, I think we should be looking at a few of them as well.
I always feel a bit nervy about free transfers that have not been picked up by this time of the season.
Yeah. What's wrong with them?
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I think of why we're in August and every other club could have signed them.
Yeah. I don't know. Just
players to come in to a dressing room who's going to be part of that dressing room and not names who's thinking we're bigger than that dressing room. That's all part of
Well, this Swedish guy is a Swedish international.
And they've all been wanting to play for our football club, not just for themselves. And you can get some players coming in. Oh, right, I'm coming in, not for a team, I'm playing for me. And we don't want that, Craig.
Yeah, that Swedish guy could be the same, though. He's a Swedish international. I mean, we've just got rid of one international that thought it was too good for club, and now we're fetching another one through to her. I mean, it goes both ways, Al. There's no guarantees in football. I just think we should be doing better. We should be acting quicker. We should be acting smarter. Now, I think Mladen's doing a decent job. I think he's doing better than the predecessor. So we'll see what happens in these next 2 days. But I'm just saying, at the current moment, with the signings I've seen that are coming through the door, and we've got proof of coming in, it's not good enough for me. It's not good enough.
I honestly, I love if we just romp this league now because I'm going to clip that up every single week.
We won't. Yeah, clip it
up every single week.
Like I said, my opinions, if they're negative, I hope I'm wrong. But we do this channel because we voice his opinions, whether people like it or not, disagree or agree. You know, there'll be some people that think I'm talking nonsense. There'll be some people that are agreeing with me. But the thing is, I think it's fair to see both sides of the argument. And like I say, I just don't think we've done enough. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope we romp the league. I hope we win by 20 points. And you're all laughing at me in 12 months. I hope to God that happens, but I just can't see it.
Yeah, in West Stand as well.
Wherever. West Stand, East Stand, North Stand.
Ponty End.
Yeah.
Just go study about West Stand when it's when it's raining. It's no good then.
Local bakery. I don't care where it is.
Yeah.
Get your thoughts on the transfer window as well down in the comments below. We will obviously discuss it in more detail when it has closed eventually, which obviously will be the weekend after. We'll do it on Sunday, after the reaction to the Crawley game as well, of course.
I don't know whether I'll be up on Sunday to record after going all the way to Crawley. Got to be up on Saturday morning at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, you're wearing your awesome shirt as well, turncoat. Yeah, get your thoughts on the transfer in a minute.
I finally got mine as well.
Yeah.
I ordered online and I had to cancel my order and go in store and get one because it got delayed again.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm just glad Andy's not here.
Yeah, he'd have a right rant, wouldn't he? He loves that, doesn't he?
All right, Andy's watching Barnsley versus Barnsley. It's the first.
It is. Is it the ladies' game? Yeah, get your thoughts down below of where you sort of stand on the transfer.
Out of 10, what do people think the wind has been so far? Not excluding the next 2 days, but so far. See how many people think it's. I'd say 4.
See how many agree with you then. Let's see. Let's do a poll.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's start a debate. Can't go wrong.
That's it. I love a debate. It can't be.
Yeah, I know you do, love. I know you do.
You'll be crawling at end of season, crawling.
Oh, I tell you what, Al, I do not mind that because that is a perfect segue for me to pull up the stats pack now of Crawley Town. So, as we've alluded to already, we visit Crawley at the weekend. So, manager Scott Lindsay, top scorer Jack Rolls with 2 goals so far this season. There's also a couple of players on to, I think, for him at the minute. Sat 8th in the league, so a position above us. Form 2 wins and a loss, with our last loss coming in a previous game against Wigan, if I remember correctly there. Key player Junior Quiterna, which I've definitely butchered. So, very sorry, Junior, if you're watching, but I highly doubt you are. Formation, play 3-4-1-2, and key stat is Crawley have lost 9 of their starting 11 players from the playoff final of last season. So to say they've had such an overhaul over the summer of losing so many players, 2 wins and a loss in the first 3, not exactly too bad.
No, it's not.
So, Jane, where do you feel about this one? Because it's one of them where you see it at the start of the season, like a League Two side that came up via the playoffs, expecting 3 points, but they've set off quite well.
Yeah, but we did last season. So that don't, I get what you're saying. It's tough because we've not had the best of starts, but we are coming off back of this win at Sheffield United. So we are sort of as confidence. Is that going to be the one that tips the game? The confidence in our boys from last night. So I think it's going to be quite equally matched. Actually, I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be quite equal. Yeah. So I'm not particularly worried. But I'm not also like going in like all guns blazing, overly confident either.
Just fair fence sitting is what they call it.
Yeah, well, I suppose, it's not like me. I'm not a fence sitter, am I?
Splinters.
So I'm usually set to a point, but I've got no real sway with this one. I think just because they were League Two don't really make them not a competent side. Because of this, not like they've come and then and really gone bad in league. They've come and get a decent start in league. But I'm not particularly overly worried about them. I'm a bit in middle on this one. I'm not sure which way this is going to go. But I'm not overly worried.
Nice. Al, you've mentioned so far that I don't think you've got it in yet that you'll be up at 4 a.m. on Saturday to go down to Crawley.
No, I've not heard.
I don't think he's mentioned it so far. How would you feel about this one? Because it's one of them games start of the season. I'll be looking at this and thinking we'll be taking 6 points off Crawley this season.
It's first time we played them, I think, as well in Crawley. We've not played them before.
I think so.
It's going to be like Mansfield, isn't it? They come up from League Two and they've started off pretty well, haven't they? They're eager to prove a point that the League One ready. And they lost the last 2 because they lost last night at Brighton in Carabao Cup 4-0 and had Jack Roll sent off 90+1. So it's going to be an interesting game on Saturday for us to go up against them. And I think their gaffer used to be a Gillingham player. So let's see. As I say, I don't know much about him. Yeah, I'm excited about, for me and Kate, a new ground.
It is. And I think you've given me, seeing as he isn't here, I'll do the plug for him. If you don't know too much about Crawley, there's an away end coming tomorrow where you can find out all about Crawley with Andy and the Crawley fan. So you can find out all about Crawley there. And I've just robbed that stat of losing 9 of their players from that already anyway.
I will say the Horsham shirt is up because it's dropping off in Horsham, moving on to our game at Crawley, and Horsham are at home. So hopefully we'll be enjoying a few pints with the Horsham fans and the Lardy Army.
No, it's such a turncoat. You're gonna have 2 shirts for that game, and you're gonna squeeze that on and then stick one of them 2 shirts you weren't buying this season.
Look, Dom, their manager, expects me. He's asked me if I wear a shirt and I might get a game.
And there you go.
No words.
There you go.
No words.
Middle at part dictating play. I can see it now.
Oh, holding. I'm at that stage where I'm an holding midfielder. Anyway, just holding.
Fair play. Craig, how do you feel about this one? Because, like we've all mentioned so far, just seemed like a tricky side to play.
Yeah, looking into the performances and the stats and everything, and they got beat by Wigan, but they didn't deserve it. Apparently, they were, well, from reading the stats, they had 15 shots, 3 on target, and Wigan only had 1 shot on target all game. They've got an average of 62% possession across all 3 games they've played so far. They've also got the second most yellow cards in the league, which is 10. So what tells me that they're a team that like to have the ball and don't like to not have it because they'll chase you down like hell to get it back and foul you if they need to. So it looks like a very much a Mansfield-esque team. They play a similar formation to what we normally play. So I think that'll match up quite well for us. I think we come unstuck against Mansfield while they played a completely different formation, and that's what that cost us in the end. But if they're going to come out with a similar formation to what we do, it'll be a taster game. They'll be at home, we'll be away, so that'll probably help us because we've been better away than at home in the past 2 or 3 seasons. So it's going to be a tasty game. I think Al's going to go down there. I think he's going to enjoy a good game of football. They've had a lot of changes, but they seem to be gelling quite well. You know, getting the ducks in a row quite quickly. So it's going to be tasty. That's one thing. I think we'll probably come unstuck again though. I really do. I don't think we're ready yet. I don't think we've gelled. You know, even though we're coming off a good performance against Sheffield United, I want to see a couple more of them performances before I start saying we're going to batter everybody 4-0.
Yeah.
Has somebody switched the sun off where you are, Jane?
Yeah, I need to put my light on, but I need Josh to pause it so that I can put light on.
Oh, don't worry.
Bad to say. I'm sure you're still in Barnsley.
Can you edit it out for me?
Don't worry. I've got a perfect segue lined up right now as we bring on the little scamps for their predictions. So let's hit them to one now.
We face Crawley away at the weekend. After a good win against Sheffield United, we need to focus on the league. George, what do you think the score's going to be? I think it'll be 1-0 Crawley. I think it'll be 2-1 Barnsley. If you think you're better than predicting than us, get it in the comments down below. You Reds!
So a win and a loss. Ooh, a tough one at Crawley. And we can see Jane again. Jane is back.
She's been able to put light on now.
She put 10 pink meter.
Yeah, I've paid bill. It's on.
So we're flying again. We'll come to you first, Jane. What's your prediction then for Saturday's game?
I think I'm not overly worried. I think a 2-1 win for Reds.
Oh, 2-1.
I know. I've played it so safe, haven't I? With this game, I've done an Alan, haven't I? Sat on fence, played it safe.
You've done a perfect Andy Simcox with a 2-1.
Yeah, I've done an Andy.
Taking his place very nicely.
Well, for Andy, in tribute to my pal Andy, it's 2-1. 2-1 town.
Lovely. Al?
Oh, I'm going strong here. I'm going 3-1. Max Waters hat-trick. Could it be 5 in? Could it be? Could this be the start of something big? Who knows? I don't think so, but I'm just putting it out there.
I like it. I like the confidence. Craig?
Dear. Here we go. I think it's gonna be 1-1. I think I'm confident in us with the ball. I'm not so much when we've not got the ball. I think we can be pressed. I think there's mistakes in his back line, but I think we've got Slanina in goal too, and I think he might save us from a 2-1 loss. So I'm going to say 1-1.
Lovely. I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna 2-0 to us.
Mm.
Clean sheet yesterday. Road look at times, but it's against a Premier League side. I think, yeah, I'm going 2-0. I don't know. Would Jack Rolls be suspended if he got sent off? Does
It's
it
EFL
carry
Cup,
out?
so it's part of EFL, isn't it?
I'm going to say, I just wonder if it carried
Yeah.
over into the league.
The other one that why O'Keefe played, it's a different cup game.
Oh, yeah.
EFL is an EFL trophy. The Carabao Cup is it's the League Cup, isn't it?
Mm.
So I'm assuming it's suspended.
It all carries on, doesn't it?
Well, there you go. None of you thought of that now, had you? Their key player, one of their key players, key goal scorers, gone. I think he's got best minutes to goal ratio and
He's a central midfielder, though, isn't he?
Got most goal contributions, I think. Only 3.
And plus, for me, going to Crawley, what happened on Saturday is game management. I think we're better. Game management were better last night. And I think the players are buying into what Darrell Clark is wanting from him. And I think they want to go there and prove a point.
Definitely got a rocket, I think.
Can I just say, if we do sign this Keeler Dunn, I think he is such a Clark player as well. I think he's going to be a really good signing if we get him through the door.
Hopefully then.
Well, I'm because I don't want to stop at 11 o'clock on Friday night to see if we've got any more players.
No, you need to get your tent out and your sleeping bag and get on that training pitch and look for any more people doing the fitness tests.
Hey,
with binoculars at Bush.
We've all got to stop. Come on, guys. We've all got to
at Leeds Fest. There were plenty of tents hanging around at Leeds Fest.
There's some in my back garden.
But we have seen so far, Al. I think you are 0 for about 5 rumours you've mentioned.
Yeah, something apparently were going to be announced other night, and I was like, "No, it's not." He was like, "Just watch." I'm like, "All right, then, mate."
You do to have one correct.
Like me to tease you, they'll be coming through the door at some time in next 48 hours.
Well, you'd hope so, because if it's after that, that's
that statement's changed.
That'd be no good. Right, we'll be back on Sunday morning with our reaction to the Crawley game. We'll discuss the transfer in a little bit more detail as well. Remember to get your predictions down in the comments below. As we mentioned earlier, give us a current rating on the transfer window so far, where you sit on it, but also think about the outgoings as well. We've not lost anyone too key when you think about it. So whilst it's been quiet coming in, also not been too bad coming out. Get your predictions down below. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you later. You Reds.
You Reds.